I'm going to apologize in advance because for this one, I'm pretty sure that you may have stumbled into my own personal therapy session. So buckle up. If you're ready for that kind of a conversation, come on along. The water's fine. The quote that I heard recently that totally hit me between the eyes was Lily Tomlin, who is the actress in Grace and Frankie, that show on Netflix that I've not seen. But if anyone has a recommendation, if it's good or bad, please let me know. Anyway, I heard her on something and recently, and she said, for fast-acting relief, try slowing down. And this is something that I am not good at, guys. I had a client, that I Marco Polo with, between calls, jokingly say once, do you ever stop moving? Not often. I don't sit still well. I make decisions quickly, sometimes rashly, oftentimes rashly. And this is a skill and a practice that I'm looking to get stronger at and better at, and to really pay attention to the quickness with which I do things. I'll tell you why this is an issue. So for example, I don't know if anyone else has this type of, I've written down some things here, these types of experiences in their repertoire. Have you ever fired off a quick response only to have to backpedal later? That just happened to me last week. Happens probably once a week. Have you ever made a rushed decision only to realize that you didn't actually have all the facts? Frequently. Have you ever skimmed through an important conversation, missing key details that would have saved you hours down the road? I feel like this is like that TikTok trend of like, put a finger down if, right? The truth is, the faster that I go, it feels good. It feels like I'm getting stuff done. It feels like I'm being efficient. All these things that I prize and that I hold high, whether anyone else does or not. What's actually happening, though, is I'm creating sloppy execution. I'm not avoiding mistakes that are easily avoidable. I'm creating a ton of unnecessary stress. I have this timeline in my head that doesn't really exist that everyone else around me must adhere to. What really got me when I was thinking about this and thinking about Tomlin's quote is going back to like the old bold law of how you show up here is how you show up everywhere, is my recognition of how this shows up in my personal life. It's one thing if it affects my business. It's another if it affects my personal life. And spoiler alert, if it's affecting your business, it is affecting your personal life, whether you want to admit it or not. So then I started to ask myself these questions. Have I gotten so focused on work and doing things quickly for work that I let my personal relationships just get whatever's left over? Yeah. Do I always feel like I'm just sprinting from one thing to the next and I'm never fully present? Absolutely. You should see me on the weekends. This one hurts. Do I jump into decisions without giving myself or my loved ones space to think? Yes, frequently. What I'm choosing to do instead is I'm choosing to take space, to slow down, to get the relief that I'm looking for. I'm choosing to pause before reacting. This is something that I learned years and years ago in sobriety, and yet I don't always do a good job of it. I'm choosing to find time in my day to stop and reflect on things before I make decisions. This could be for something as simple as, do I need that stupid stuff in my Amazon cart or not? Or something big like, do I really need to tell so-and-so what they need to hear, right? If I can just slow down for a minute, that in and of itself makes massive space in my world to be able to contemplate and think and actually use this big brain that I pride myself with having to make better and smoother and smarter decisions. So again, for fast acting relief, try slowing down.